In November 2019, before coronavirus, I was blessed to be introduced to Bishop Harold and Bishop John. At the end of the evening, I received prophecy from both of them. One of my prophecies was about my house. At the time of meeting them, the sale of my house had fallen through and I had to wait the following year before I could remark it. Bishop John prophesied that I will sell my house for more money than I had previously agreed to sell it for. I will not need to advertise my house for sale. God will use someone, and I will be approached to buy my house. As a result of the pandemic, I did not relist my house for sale and decided to wait. Last year, due to torrential downpours, my garden was flooded. Almost 3 feet of water had built up in my garden. It was almost like monsoon weather. The 6-meter-long brick wall on the side of my driveway collapsed with the pressure of the water that was streaming down the road and had built up in my driveway. It was unprecedented. Thankfully, the inside of my house was not flooded. I thought there would be no way anyone would want to buy my house now, and I believe that was a test of my faith. At the end of last year, 2 years after receiving my prophecy, my dad was chatting to my neighbour who lived 2 doors away from my house. My neighbour mentioned he had found a buyer for their house and they were looking to upgrade. My dad mentioned I was considering selling my house at some point, and they should consider taking a look at my house. I had no knowledge of the conversation until my dad brought my neighbour to show him around my house. Thankfully, I had deep cleaned my house a few days before. Within 2 days, my neighbours came round for a second visit. I obtained a valuation and we agreed to a sale price. I am so pleased to announce I have sold my house, and just as Bishop John had prophesied. Despite all the odds against selling my house due to the flooding, my neighbours fell in love with my house. I later found out my neighbours had pulled out of buying another house to buy my one. They had wanted to buy my house when I advertised it in 2019, but they couldn't afford it then. Since then, they are better off financially. I have been praying for my dad's salvation for many years. When I told him about the prophecy, he wanted to see if it would come true. God used my dad to sell my house, and he witnessed God move. God knows exactly how to speak to his children in the way they need to hear, and we should never lean on our own understanding. I remind my dad regularly how he was used by God, and I know he will witness more things to come. I am grateful to God for his provision, his promises, and that when things are impossible, he can make things possible. He understands each and every one of our needs, even my buyers who are from another faith. I prayed over the house before I left, and left behind the biggest gift of all, the Bible with his word. I pray that that family will come to know the truth, and I fully trust God with everything. I thank God for Bishop John and Bishop Harold, for their dedication to doing God's work as sacrificial vessels. I thank God I am now at Fountain of Life Church, and for all of the work Pastor Remy and Annie do. That first encounter in 2019 transformed my life. I pray that this testimony will encourage you that no matter what seems impossible, God is in control, and he can make anything possible. We give him all the glory. We love you, Abba.